All right, guys, so I have been asked many times to do a game room tour, and here we go. I will try to go over it as fast as I can. There will be a lot of blabbing, a lot of talking nonsense. Hopefully, it will be just a straight up game room tour. This is basically the room. As you see here, my chainsaw controller from the GameCube. I got that a while ago at a flea market. I believe I paid $125 for that, which is still a decent price. I used to be really nutty about what I collected, so I used to have this big board that I wrote everything that I got throughout the year. So that's that. Got some Nintendo Power posters, as you can see. Basically in here I have my not for resale collection, which is mainly Pokemon Stadium 2, Star Fox, Banjo-Kazooie, Tooie. I believe there's other couple more. The Perfect Dark, Mario Tennis, and I believe Excite Bike is there. No room can be without a CRT TV, of course. I have basically a whole lot of different things. The pinball was a long time at the flea market. I used to have a Zelda shrine back here, and it's covered now by the Switch kiosk, but this poster back here was given to me by the unknown video game hunter. Again, this is the Switch kiosk that I picked up not too long ago. Again, more Zelda stuff. It's a collection that I'm not going to be talking about prices because that's not my thing. And at the end of the day, I really didn't even want to do this, but I have to, and you will find out a little bit later why. In here, I keep my Wii U, all the handheld stuff, some collector's editions, some decent stuff there. I believe that Mario Kart right there is, I believe inside is sealed, but I can't even remember right now. I know I picked up a lot of the Switch stuff. As you can tell, a lot of things my wife kept and is upstairs. So that, and my daughter, the 3DS stuff is also kept upstairs with my wife. She got all the JRPGs and all that fun stuff upstairs. Wii Mini is there, more DS stuff, some Pokemon stuff. There's a Pokemon Silver, I believe, over there that is sealed. There is also a Halo, the edition complete in box. Some Wii crap that I really don't care about, but it's somewhere to put it in. Controllers, as you can see, my Wii U collection is very small, and I do not have any great games. My two PS4 Pros. This is a 2DS kiosk that I turned into a TV stand because I was missing the back part of it. I keep my PlayStation Spider-Man Pro there because that's the one that basically I use all the time. Back here we have some PS3 stuff. The CIB Metal Gear Solid is pretty cool. I have about maybe 300, 400 PS3 games. Some sealed, some not. Some decent ones, some not. But it's a decent collection, I believe. Again, more collector edition stuff here. The white 360, the Batman Arkham Origins. On this side, I have my Thundercats figures, which is kind of like my favorite cartoon of all time. Saturn stuff. This is the Dreamcast stuff. Some decent titles like Ill Bleed and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure are there. More Saturn stuff down here, including the controller that you see on top. Some Game Gear games, nice minty ones are there. Sega Saturn. Down here, back here is all the Sega CD stuff. But the big thing is the 3D imager that you guys saw me picked up not too long ago. I paid $250 or something like that for the whole collection, including the Vectrex. And that 3D imager is literally like $2,000. So it's an excellent pickup there. And like I said, this is my game room. Nothing super crazy, nothing super amazing, but it is mine. I'm very proud of it. It's one of those things that I didn't want to show, but here I am. So I guess that would be it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Well, wait a minute, I forgot. There's something else that I got to show. So I just got to open this door right here, and we will go to the main game room, which is right here. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff. It's been a collection that has taken me many years to do. I'm going to try to go over it, patiently, but it's something that I really didn't want to show to begin with. As you can see, all systems, box systems are on the top, from the Killer Instinct to all that. If you go over, they have some Fantastics. It's gonna be one of those game rooms that I'm just gonna show you overall stuff, because if I stay here for too long, I'm gonna be here forever. That Jaguar box I absolutely love. My GameCube kiosk is one of my pride and joy that I will never get rid of. And that's that. I got some Sega Genesis. I also have on top more Sega Genesis box consoles. The Earthbound guide is there. All my Fantastics are here. And that's me right there. So that's the only time that you will ever get to see me is what I'm showing you with the phone. PS4 kiosk, love it. Great stuff. This is my PS4 stuff. God of War is my favorite game of all time. So anything that I pick up is pretty much God of War related. The God of War Collector's Edition is a cool piece. I got some color stuff, some posters and things like that. In here, I keep my 360 stuff. I don't collect for 360, so this is stuff that just comes on as I have it. And then in here is some box Game Boy stuff, PSP stuff. I believe there's some Game Boy Color and Vita and also some other things. The helmets is just things that I pick up as I go along. Master of the Universe and Thundercats are pretty much my favorite stuff. Again, more box stuff. I think the Pokemon Gold and Silver are there, I believe. Fire Red. There is some decent stuff there. Some Dragon Warriors, Metroid Prime, Mega Mans, Zeldas are there too, I believe. It's one of those, I don't really keep count on my stuff. I just did now just because something is happening. These are the Play It Loud. Game Boys are there. Again, more PSP stuff. More PSP consoles, and the PSP Go, I believe, is there too. If we go here, the action set is really beat up. It's one of those boxes that I just have it there for display. And this is my baby. This is the thing that will never ever go away. It's the prototype for Panel de Pon or Pokemon Puzzle League. It is an awesome piece and is the greatest piece of my collection. More Super Nintendo stuff here. All the loose cards are here. The best one being Earthbound. I got some other ones like Evo and I believe Sparkster and things like that. But that's kind of like the best of the Super Nintendo. My loose NES goes next. It's all there. I have about 550 NES if I remember correctly. The best game being that Dragon Fighter and a couple of others like that. Again, more systems, complete Game Boys. All the Nintendo variants I have. The Donkey Kong Super Nintendo, Killer Instinct, Zelda. A few Fantastics complete in box. The Pokemon one is there too. A lot of GameCube stuff. Sega CD, Sega Saturn. Again, the Jaguar box is my box. It's one of those things that I really, really love. It's probably the best looking box I believe in the whole room for me. The Turbo Graphics I picked up for $5 complete at a garage sale. The Miracle Piano over there by the corner was also picked up there. This is the best of the Game Gear stuff. They're really, really minty boxes. The Sega Saturn, the Earthbound is there and all that is included in there. Again, my God of War collection is also located there. Here is my PS4 stuff. Again, you can pause it if you want to see some closer if you can. I don't know if you can, but this is kind of like my PS4. PS4 just comes along as I buy stuff. I am not out there hunting for PS4, but if it does pop up and it's at a decent price, I picked it up. This is a collection made out of a lot of hard work, a lot of hours being out there picking up stuff, a lot of long days, I should say. Again, here are my fantastic stuff. I took all the ones that are in the boxes, I put them out here so I can line them all up. They all have their expansion packs in them just because they look cool that way. The XI is an awesome piece, and I believe that's a 3DO, or if it's not a 3DO, it's a CDI. I can't remember. Neo Geo stuff is right here. The Crystal Xbox, some Game Gears, some more, I believe, blah 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 blah. Like the Moonwalker and stuff are there. Splatterhouse is probably being the best game for the Sega Genesis. Some loose stuff there. Troubleshooter, Skeleton Crew is there. I also have more. I can't even remember what I have in there. My PS1 stuff, the best stuff is here. The working designs like Lunars and Arc the Lad collection that was given to me by collecting with Corey, which is an awesome thing that he did. All the RPGs or JRPGs are there. The GameCube kiosk. Yeah, that is my best piece. I got this for a PS3 Slim about 7 years ago. So that was an awesome deal. The kiosk could go for a decent price, and it's pretty rare with the bongos. This thing, I got it for no reason. It's very expensive, but I will never use that. I got more PS1 stuff here. As you can see, I believe there are some horror stuff. There is some fighting stuff, so that's that. And then my PS2 collection. All of these down here are sealed. Some of the best ones are the Grand Theft Autos, the first print for the Vice City and Grand Theft Auto 3. Some other stuff there that's sealed that might be somewhat valuable. More PS2 stuff, some toys like Transformer toys that I pick up while I'm in the flea market. The PS1 with the screen. And then my Gun Con collection is one of the ones that I'm really proud of. They're all big boxes. Again, horror stuff is my thing. A lot of horror here, like Shattered Dimensions and all that. Or Shattered Memories, actually. Some big box PS2 stuff here. Resident Evil. The Glow Lancer over there is pretty good money. More PS2 stuff, including there and here and all the way down here. All the figures come as they go along. Some of these things are double deep because I have too many games, so they're like basically behind there. There is more stuff. PS2 here's again more figures that I pick up as I'm on my travels. And then over here is more like the higher end is starting here, I believe, like the Punisher and things like that. And then the really bigger stuff is up here, like Marvel vs. Capcom, Blood Will Tell, and obviously Quarantine Sealed is an excellent pickup. I picked that up for like about $100 a long time ago with a whole bunch of games included in that. Some GameCube stuff here. My GameCube collection is fair, not something super great, but there are some decent titles there. I believe, all the Marios should be there. Maybe Mario Party 7, I realized, wasn't there. The GameCube controller was a part of a trade. I love that piece. Anything, the chainsaw controllers really make me happy. The Ninja Turtles, again, were picked up in garage sales and flea markets. My big box GameCube stuff, yes, you can see that Robotech one is pretty cool. Pastor Seth gave me that Turtles little container right there. Again, more stuff here. The better stuff is there. And if you want to see it, you can pause it. Going into my N64 stuff, I have about half of my stuff is boxed. This is all I think it's Player's Choice what it's called. So they're all gold, and I believe I have them all except the one that sealed is in the package. So I don't have it sealed, so I do not have it. So that's that. We're going to go down to the more N64 stuff. As you can see, I like to choose and show up my controllers. And again, N64. And I'm going to skip that. Actually, no. I have two Zeldas, the Collector's Edition and the regular. Same thing with the regular Zelda. You will see that. More N64 stuff is located there from F-Zero. So this controller, which is a little unusual. This used to be a controller that is Nintendo made. That was made for hotel rooms. So that's that. PS2 stuff. Again, if you want to see that thing's a little slow, just pause it and you can see what's there. I really don't like showing up my stuff, and I'm doing it for a specific reason. NES, it's all right here. Super Nintendo. Nintendo goes all the way up to that. Basically it's all boxed. It's all decent shape. This is pretty cool. I got this for about $40-50 a long time ago. The Mario stuff, I should have both of the Mario Bros complete. Super Nintendo is also there, so that is that. Like I said, the reason why I'm showing all of this stuff is because I have made a decision, and the decision is to sell all my stuff so I can purchase or do something that is very important to me and my family. This collection took a lot of time, took a lot of effort, and my wife and my kids have put up with me doing this for a very long time. She never said a word. She never complained. My kids never complained. They knew that this is what I do, and it's time for me to pay them back. It's going to be sad. It's going to suck. But at the end of the day, it's one of those moves that once you reach a certain age, you feel that you have to do. Again, I feel that, I know that this is the best thing to do. It's something, like I said, they let me do this for a long time, run around hours and hours and hours, and it's time to pay them back. So the collection is going away. The next clip you're going to see is me kind of saying goodbye to everything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and actually stick around So you can see how this all ends. So this is it. It is about maybe 2:30 in the morning. Tomorrow or today around 9 o'clock, the crew will be here to pick up all my stuff. It's a sad night. It's a lot of memories, a lot of good stuff, a lot of things, a lot of friends, a lot of hard, long days and nights, but it was all worth it at the end of the day. Had a lot of fun. It's about 70 of these boxes. There's a whole bunch of other bins and toys that I'm also getting rid of. I almost feel like I gotta get rid of the whole thing, all of it, because if not, I'm gonna go crazy. I will keep the Switch kiosk. I will keep the prototype over here because this is just the final of a lifetime. So there's no way I'm gonna get rid of that. I will keep the GameCube kiosk over there. Everything else is going. Like I said, about 70 boxes, maybe 15-20 bins, and it's all going away. In here is probably the best stuff or the most expensive stuff that I have right now, without including other box stuff. But I think this is kind of like the stuff that I have a lot of memories with. The Pokemon Soul Silver I found sealed at a garage sale. It was raining on a Sunday, and I believe I only paid $5. Sculptures was a trade. This was one in a lot, so it was basically free. I've been lucky enough to get a whole bunch of Earthbounds. I believe this is my third one. I had one completing box at one point. It had to go, but that's okay. Beast Wars was like $100 or maybe $120, if I remember correctly. I don't even know. Worms Armageddon I found at the flea market, and the box I believe I bought on eBay, which is one of the few items that I bought on eBay for $80. Stunt Racer was a trade. Mega Man X3 was trade, actually sold to me from somebody that found it at Savers. I believe they paid only like $6 for this box. The box is in really good shape with manual. Dragon Fighter is from the one and only Jason Vetrex. He knows what I had to do. We've been talking about this for a very long time, and it's a move that I needed to make. Zombie Nation was in a lot. This was it's a seal, the Quarantine, and I believe I paid $100 altogether. Silent Hill, maybe. I think I paid $20-30. Pokemon Box, it's like a $2,000 game, and I basically paid, it was free because I bought a GameCube lot and this was included in it. This was $150, and right now it's worth about maybe $900, and I believe I got it from a guy, I don't remember the town. Ruler Rose is probably my best flea market find ever. Paid $3 for that on a Sunday morning, the first flea market of the year for that year. And I got there really early for some reason. I got there like at 5 o'clock and was able to get it. Gotcha Force, hell of a story there. The unknown video game hunter knows all about it. I was a stalker. I walked by a pawn shop that's been closed for a very long time. I actually decided to peek over and saw it and send the unknown video game hunter a video, and I said, is this what I'm seeing? And then it had a price tag of $10. So I ended up paying $10 for that. So again, a lot of memories, a lot of really good memories and stuff that I'm never gonna forget. It's one of those things that once you reach a certain age, you gotta make some decisions. And I wish I didn't have to, but I'm also not mad that I have to. I'm doing something productive with what I'm gonna get for this. So very happy at the end of the day that I am able to help the family and help all of us. So at the end of the day, it's a good day, not a bad day. It's a sad day, but not a bad day. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hopefully we'll start this over again, make another run, but if not, it was a good run. Later.